Hello friends, welcome to the Chaitanya Studio BBA e-lecture series of Babasaheb Ambedkar University. In the last lecture, we have discussed Block 1, Unit 1, Nature and Importance of Management, and in today's session, we will study the leftover portion of Unit 1. So, today's objective, learning objective from this session will be the understanding various levels of management, understanding various skills of a manager, and also we will study various roles performed by a manager in the organizations. So, begin with the session. In this picture, we are just you can see that there are different level of management. So, why these kind of bifurcation prevails in the organization? So, basically these levels distinguish between or among various management levels in the organization. It begins from the top level, which is also called as administrative level, and the mid level executive level, and at the last it is lower level, which is also called as supervisory level, and first line managerial level. So, exactly what a manager has to do while at these levels, what functions they perform when they are at these level of positions in the organization. So, first at the top level manager's role is to determine objectives, policies. So, it is very strategic role of a manager that determine the overall policies and objectives of organization. They also provide guidance and direction to follow these policies to their subordinates, that is mid-level management. They also design basic and operating system of organization, and also they see the financial structure and operating structure of the organization, that what kind of finances can be made available within the organization and what kind of operating system need to have in the organization in order to achieve organizational goals. So, the broader perspective is seen by the top level authorities in the organization. Along with this, the more function of top level manager is to maintain good public relation. So, they need to see that they must have healthy relation with all the stakeholders outside the organization, and mostly the top CEO and vice president, all these kind of managerial position falls in top level category. Now move to next level of management in the organization, that is mid level. So, the function of mid level is to explain policies and detail instructions which are given by the top level of authority. So, whatever the objectives and policies are forwarded to this mid level of manager, they explain these policies to lower level of personals in the organization or the first line managers in the organization. They also train others. They also participate in operating decision in the organization. Operating decisions means what to be done by the first line manager will be decided by the mid level or executive level. So, this category particularly belong to the plant level manager, regional manager, etc. Now comes to the lower level managerial position, which is the supervisory position in the organization. So, they plan day to day operations. What they do? They plan day to day operations. So, what they see? They will arrange materials, tools for day to day requirement, and also they will assign job to workers and also maintain disciplines, which are the nitty gritty things to continue the functions of organization in best or in accordance to policies of the organization. So, how the work is done on the ground level is seen by the first line manager. So, in totality there are broadly there are three levels of managerial level in the organization. it may happen that in some organization the mid level may not exist. It could be the top level and the supervisory level, and these kind of system prevails in very small kind of organization. So the level of organization, whatever level, whether it is a broad hierarchical level or it is a narrow hierarchical level, depend on the type and size of the organization. Now move to the next topic, that is managerial skills. So whatever functions just now I have explained at each level, so to perform these functions, various kinds of skills required by the manager, and broadly these skills are categorized as interpersonal skills, technical skills and conceptual skills. In broader sense, if we divide these kind of skills around the level of hierarchy in the organization, so as this figure depicts that more conceptual skills needed for the top level of management, while human skills needed all across the all three levels, while the technical skills more required at the ground level, that is lower level of management. What this thing exactly means? So just conceptual skills basically deals with the strategic decisions, solving problems, and it just see that a proper decision making at the top level. So those skills will be termed as a conceptual skills. So basically in the function, the level of top level of management, we explained that these level management have many managers has to take some operation objectives and policies related decisions. So that's why they need more conceptual skills rather than technical skills. Similarly, they needed human skills too, because they have to maintain public relations. So that's why they need to have strong human skills. Human skills are generally the skills or the ability or knowledge to maintain the harmony with another individual or in a group. So how much you are able to maintain harmony within the group will be the outcome of your human skills. It may happen that a person is born or very strong in human skills by his or her birth, but it may happen that some people needed its training, or slowly gradually they learn some human skills with the passage of time. Next come to technical skills. So technical skills, these are the skills which needed to do some technical task or applying some techniques. So it is something related to the application of the software in the organization. It could be the techniques to use some machinery in the organization. Not only this, it should be also the applying some tool and techniques in the finances, where from to borrow. So that kind of task will also come in technical skills. The skills of accounts also will fall this category. So all this knowledge and ability to perform the task at the lower level of management will be termed as technical skills, means techniques, the knowledge of techniques and tools to deal with finance, to deal with accounts, to deal with the perfect functioning of the software in the organization, etc. So in broader sense, we say that technical skills are more required by the lower level management and conceptual skills more required by the top level of management. However, human skills needed at stretch at all level of management. So now you can better see what is the application of human skills in the organization for better functioning, for improving the efficiency of the organization. At each level of management, it is required in similar manner. Now move to the next topic, like managerial roles. However, a manager may remain at any kind of position, but as an individual, he is to perform several roles which are as follows. So broadly we see that manager jobs in three categories, that is interpersonal roles, informational roles, decisional roles, that is decision making roles. So, if we see that these roles are somewhat manner are interrelated. How? Let's have a glance. So, interpersonal roles means if a manager maintain a good relation in the organization or outside the organization, so it will be fruitful for his company. Next, if we maintain good relation, he is able to retrieve some or another information which will be good for his or her organization. And just take the help of this information, a manager can take better decision for the upliftment of the organization, or either he can solve any kind of problem which is creating hurdle in the pace of any organization. So, all three roles are very much related. Now, we will study one by one each role of the manager. So, in interpersonal role, it is figurehead role, leader's role and liaison role. So, first discuss figurehead role. So, figurehead role is defined as it is just similar to the role of a father has in the family. So, he creates an aura that everybody in the family respect their father. In the similar manner, in the organization, as a figurehead role, a manager should work in a manner that every employee revere him. So, they do most of the duties, they abide by the rules themselves, and also one more thing in figurehead role, that a manager has to perform some other task like the attending the marriages of employee, like involving in social gatherings, inviting delegates for dinners. So, these kind of responsibilities also shouldered by the manager under the figurehead role. It is nowhere mentioned that he is to take care of these kind of responsibility, but being a figurehead role, he has to shoulder these kind of responsibility too in the organization. Come to the next role, leader role. So, a leader persuade or motivate their employee. He encourages constantly his employees so that they work in better manner. He is able to improve their productivity and efficiency by constantly encouraging and motivating them. Now come to third role, liaising. So, liaising is just creating networking within the organization and outside the organization. So, this liaising function should not be confused with the friendship word. It is not friendship at all, it is creating networking. Networking in the sense you keep in constant touch with the outside stakeholders like some government regulatory bodies, or it can be some eminent customers in the overseas. So, you need to keep in constant touch with these kind of bodies. It could be anyone else. So, in liaising, it is totally lie in the networking part, how a manager efficiently handling networking outside the organization. Now comes to the informational roles, which is monitoring role, disseminator role and spokesperson role. In monitoring role, a manager has to scan outside environment. So, what he does while he is scanning the outside environment, he is actually accessing the information which the general executive of the organization cannot get very easily. So, it is the duty of a manager just to collect the information in the prevailing environment which usually do not exist, and how he can collect this information by searching and researching in the environment. So, based on these data, he passed the data in the organization, and later on it helped to the organization and their employee. Now comes to disseminator role. So, in disseminator role, exactly whatever the information is collected by the monitoring role is disseminated or is passed on to employee within the organization. So, they can take the use of this information for some critical decisions. So, it is the passing this information to disseminate to their employees is termed as disseminator role. Disseminator role. So, the third is spokesperson role. In spokesperson role, the manager generally speak about the performance of the organization to the outer environment stakeholders. He just exactly tell that what his organization is doing for corporate social responsibility, or what kind of profits his organization is able to fetch in current year. So, this kind of announcement before media or before in any public audiences, this kind of role when any manager perform is called as spokesperson. So, he is in spokesperson role, a manager represents on the behalf of his organization and just address audiences on the behalf of organization, just make them notice the milestone of the organization. Now come to the last role, decision role. In decision role, it is entrepreneurship role, disturbance handler role, resource allocator role, and at the last, negotiator role. So, entrepreneur role, it is something related with the infusing innovation and creativity in the organization. Although we know that entrepreneur has various kind of skills, so a manager should have all these skills and able to perform this role for the betterment of his organization. He should infuse creativity, innovation, or innovative way of doing any work in the organization. Next, come to disturbance handler. We know that in outer environment, it never remain as it is ever. There are certain changes in the in outer environment, like some changes in the economic environment, some changes in the government policies, or maybe it can be the the cancellation of dealing with any supplier. So, in these kind of roles, a manager take a stand and he just try to handle these all kind of disturbance prevail in front of him. So, this disturbance handler make any manager to correct the problem which is before him. In resource allocator role, so it is exactly allocating the resources in appropriate manner, in optimum manner. It also includes that how you are taking the material, machinery for your organization. You are making all these kind of resources available to your organization and allocating these resources in best possible manner. It ultimately reduce the cost for the organization and also help ultimately in the profits of the organization. At the last, the role is of negotiator. So, negotiator role is also very important for any manager. In this role, it is something bargaining kind of nature of a manager. So, we can see that if any HR manager is recruiting people or taking interview of people, he must be able to negotiate for the salary with the any interviewee. So, in this manner, ultimately if he is able to negotiate in better manner with the interviewee, somewhere he is helping to the organization in cutting costs. So, in this manner, it is the negotiator role. It is not only regard to HR manager, but applied to the marketing, finances and in accounts department too. So, this was all about the managerial role. Thus, the takeaway from the session, the unit 1 I will say, which I have covered in earlier session too. So, for unit 1 I have defined various definitions of management, and also I explained nature of the management, what kind of nature it is having. Next, I explained the various functions of management: planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. And next to this, I explained the difference between the management and administration. Next to that, I just explained various level of management and skills required at each level of management. At the last, I discussed some managerial roles for a manager in the organization. So, this was all about the unit 1. Thank you.